The Owls look to get one step closer to their first ever MAC championship, but the question is, would they do it?
And the major imports and exports of Allentown are rebounds and rejections. Owlsports update starts now.
Do it. Welcome to another edition of Owlsports Update alongside Dan, the Man Coob. I'm Josh Roltenberg. Coming up, we'll tell you about one Temple coach who's stepping down.
And the baseball team signs a bunch of blue chippers, including one recruit being compared to the dude, Lenny Dykstra. But leading off, the football team mixed it up in hopes of earning a trip to the MAC title game. Temple came into senior night looking to scare quarterback Boo Jackson and his Ohio Bobcats on a wet and dreary nationally televised affair at the Link. A win in this de facto MAC Conference semi-final game would propel the Owls into first place in the Eastern Division with one game remaining. A loss and a shot at the MAC title game would be washed away. Fans braving the storm in support of their Owls looking to help out the team on a drenched Tuesday night. Quarterback Mike Girardi on the first play from scrimmage hands the ball off to Bernard Pierce, who goes 60 yards down the sideline but pulls up lame and would go to the trainer's table for most of the first quarter, missing his second straight game against Ohio. Boo Jackson inside Temple's red zone hands it off to Vince Davidson, bounces off Pierre Griffin, and the Bobcats are up 7-0. Now down, perhaps on the bubble screen, Rod Streeter takes it all the way down to the 21-yard line, sending the Owls up in good field position. After a coach's review showed Matt Brown was kept out of the end zone, he got in. Second down, he explodes to the hole. This baby's tied up at 7, but Ohio would respond. Boo Jackson rolls out and forces the defense to respect his ability to run, floating this ball into the warm and comfortable hands of Riley Dunlap. Major game changer here. Trying to set up the screen, Girardi throws it into the gut of the Ohio defensive line. Shades of Vaughn Charlton against UCLA and last year's Eagle Bank Bowl. Dante Harden takes care of the rest from there. 4 straight rushes and breaks through. Ohio 24, Temple 10. The Bobcats won this game despite completing only 4 passes to 4 different receivers. This pass completion for Temple comes compliments of Michael Campbell, one of his 2 touchdowns on the day. Here is the other one from Girardi. Unfortunately for the senior Campbell, no celebrating in this, his final home game. Now Temple would try to recover an onside kick from the foot of Brandon McManus, but all for naught. The Owls dropped this conference tilt with the Bobcats 31-23. The 31 points surrendered by the Owls is the second most the team has given up this season. Lack of penetration really did the team in. They played a huge part in this one. The D was only able to tackle Bobcat ball carriers for a loss 5 times in 43 rush attempts. The Owls also weren't able to get to Boo Jackson, who ran through tacklers and really forced some undisciplined play in the secondary, a lot of which could be attributed to that pistol offense they run, Josh.
Probably smoking.
But you know, they say you can't stay rooted in the past. And looking forward, with a MAC championship no longer a possibility, the Owls will travel to Miami of Ohio to play the Red Hawks with the focus of improving their bowl resume. Miami University is 7-4 overall, 6-1 in the MAC, 1 game better than the Owls. The passing offense may be the best the Owls will face all year. Led by Zach Dissert, the Red Hawks are ranked 32nd in the nation in passing yards per game, which indicates the Owls might have to make some adjustments to find success in Oxford, Ohio.
Well, the football team's matchup against the Bobcats was more than just another regular season game for the Owls. So in order to find out what it really was, I took my 2 tickets to the gun show and a press pass to the game. The nationally televised game against Ohio had a lot of meaning and playoff implications for Temple. It was also senior night, and the Owls wanted to win for their upperclassmen more than anything. However, it just didn't happen.
It hurts. Those guys have given a lot to this program, and I wished, for them that we coached better, that we played better, that we executed better, that we played a little bit smarter. We just didn't do that.
You could name plenty of reasons why the Cherry and White didn't come away with a W. Mother Nature may have just been the most devastating, but the Owls refused to make excuses.
The weather was pretty hectic tonight, but I don't think they had to go through it too, so, what are you going to do?
Sometimes it's too hot outside, it's football. Just gotta win under any circumstance. We ain't win.
The fact of the matter is, the Owls failed their national test by losing to Ohio. They also lost any chance of winning their first ever MAC title. However, there's still light at the end of the tunnel for this team. They have one game left, and then it's on to a bowl game.
You just gotta get the next team, focus on the next team. I mean, what can you do? You can't go back in time, so just looking at what's ahead.
When you lose, there's always plenty you can take away from a game and learn from your mistakes. Mike Girardi is confident in his team's ability to bounce back.
They definitely beat us on all sides, on every aspect, but we are doing some good things on offense, though. We just got to cut down on the penalties, turnovers, and really I think if we do that, then we'll have a good shot to beat anyone.
Temple's game against Miami of Ohio is another nationally televised deal, Tuesday the 23rd at 7 p.m. on The Deuce. Well, expectations for the men's basketball team here at Temple are as high as they've ever been in recent years. Last year, Fran Dunphy's squad won its third straight Atlantic 10 title, and this year they started the season ranked 22nd in the country. The season tipped off November 12th against the Pirates. Well, before the game, the Owls raised their banner, their third straight one here at the Owlsports Center. Early on, Seton Hall's defense handles the Owls. Here is Jeremy Hazel coming down the court, one-handed slam. He led the Pirates with 17, but here come the Owls. Ramon Moore to Juan Fernandez to Ramon Moore. Count it. The give and go works, but how about the defense? Michael Eric with the big-time rejection. And then another huge block here. Khalif Wyatt finds loose ball, takes it the length of the court. Bucket and the foul. You know what? Absolutely. And then it's Wyatt again finding the deadly Juan Fernandez for the tray. That's it. Game over. Temple wins 62-56. And yes, it is the most wonderful time of the year. Well, the Owls look to send the Rockets into outer space. Here's your LaBoy the Voy Allen. Definitely said his name wrong. To Michael Eric, the Nigerian sensation. Later on, it's Ramon Moore taking it down the court, finding LaVoy Allen again for the easy layup. And then it's Michael Eric with the big-time block right there. TJ D'Elia with the go pattern pass, hooks up with Juan Fernandez for the easy bucket. And then here comes Scooty. Scooty again for the three. Eric comes with the putback. The Owls actually trash the Rockets 82-49.
Usually in Philadelphia, the name Dutch reminds us of a certain long-haired, squared-jaw catcher squatting behind home plate on the Veterans Stadium turf. But Dutch Gately is not a baseball player. He is a transfer graduate student making his debut on this year's Owls basketball team. Updates Tom Palantonio has more on Temple's oldest, newest big man.
Meet Dutch Gately, the 6'9", 240-pound big man addition to the men's basketball team. Gately is a first-year graduate student, that is. With 1 year of NCAA eligibility left, he decided to come to Temple.
I chose Temple because I'm from the Philadelphia area, and I want to go into coaching eventually once I'm done with this. And Coach Dunphy, he was every time I called about where to go, Coach Dunphy was the one name I kept hearing.
Dutch started his college basketball career at Monmouth University. Now that he has 3 years of experience under his belt, he feels he can bring something new to the table.
For me, I mean, I'm the oldest guy on the team, so I'm trying to bring some sort of leadership and experience and trying to help out the younger guys. We have Anthony Lee and Jimmy McDonough are two young, big freshmen, and I'm trying to help them out.
Averaging 2.3 points and 4.1 rebounds per game, Dutch might not be a big numbers getter, but he is a player that Coach Dunphy has high expectations for.
I think Dutch's role is one that is of a great team player. He wouldn't be a guy that would be expected to get out there and start and play a lot of minutes. He's always upbeat. He's always positive. I think what he brings to the table is a guy who's much more mature than most guys you're gonna get a chance to coach. So,
Gately didn't see any time in the Owls' home opener against Seton Hall, but did get some in Sunday's blowout over Toledo. For Owlsports, I'm Tom Palantonio.
To the women now, the Owls taking on the 7th-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. Quita Wallace buckets from deep. She'd score a career-high 32 on the night. Now dribbling past Brittany Johnson off the dribble. Wallace drops it in, +1. Add a little hot sauce on that one, Josh, because her game was straight caliente.
Spicy.
That's spicy in Spanish. Then the Buckeyes would take over, working it down low to Gentel Lavender for a soft hook for 2. They work it down there again, showing the full arsenal of low post moves. The Owls did try to rally in this one off the strip. Wallace dishes to Satoria Bell, who will lay it up and in for the deuce, but the Buckeyes were far too strong in this one. This time, Lavender gets it down low and pours it in with a nice little finish. The Buckeyes go ahead and finish off the Owls 84-75. The Owls were nationally ranked to start the season, but have lost their first 2 games. The second loss came on Tuesday at Seton Hall. The Pirates pulled away in the second half to win by 13, 72-59. Natasha Timms recorded a double-double with 13 points and 12 boards. The Owls will try to lick their wounded wings when they return home for 2 games leading into the Thanksgiving holiday.
Well, this year the baseball team has a 5-man recruiting class, headlined by left-handed shortstop Kyle McCrawson, a 2010 preseason All-American in high school, who Coach Valley calls a mini Lenny Dykstra. Joining McCrawson, are brothers Eric and Patrick Patterson, pitcher Adam Dion, and outfielder Kevin Gilbert. Coach Valley joined WHIP radio show Temple Sports Hour to talk about this class.
Kyle is the Lenny Dykstra of amateur baseball right now. So this year we needed to add some depth and some position players who we think can contribute right away, so we did that. It just needed to be a little bit of a smaller class with regard to pitching, and we signed our 3 guys who we like an awful lot, and the next piece in the class will most likely be a junior college shortstop.
Wrapped up its season this past weekend, falling to Fordham 3-0. The game wasn't the only thing the team lost. Head coach Bob Bertucci announced his resignation after the game. Bertucci led the Owls to 14 straight conference tournaments prior to the season. 3 times he was named A10 Coach of the Year. With 315 wins under his belt, Bertucci leaves Temple as the winningest coach in program history. Wow, so let's see. Michael Campbell scored all of his touchdowns at the end of that football game. He didn't really get a chance to celebrate, but Coob, how would he have celebrated if he did?
Well, I think obviously the easy answer here is to obviously, when you catch those 2 touchdown passes, what you want to do is you want to do a little bit of the floss. You want to wrap it up and get between your fingers, and you want to go up in here, work the molars, make sure you're working the molars and doing all that stuff. We should probably get to the nest. Let's do that right now.
Do it.
The men's soccer team dropped its first Atlantic 10 championship game to Xavier 1-0 late last week. The Musketeers struck in the 12th minute to tally the only goal of the contest. Temple finished the season 8-9-2.
Well, after being named a Basketball Times first-team preseason All-American, Lavoy Allen has also earned a spot on the Naismith watch list, which consists of 50 of the nation's top college basketball players. Other A10 players on this list include Richmond's Kevin Anderson and Dayton's top flight, Chris Wright.
The fencing team fared well this past weekend at the Garrett Open. Alyssa Lamusco finished 10th in the foil, while Kamaili Thompson placed 10th in the saber. Very important events, of course. The Owls head to Milwaukee for their next bout the end of the month. And remember, you can catch all things cherry and white at owlsports.com and on YouTube at www.youtube.com/owlsports.
Well, for Dan, the man Coob, and the rest of the Owlsports team, I'm Josh Roltenberg. Thanks for watching and have a great day.